And then when I realized I could go to college for rock and roll, I changed my mind.
Well, in any academic setting, you can tend to be in a community that just surrounds that coursework. We want to make sure that students are out in the community, plugging in with the local church, involving pastors and congregations, and being alive and part of the discipleship and the training and just the life of the local church.
Yeah, we have brought students in to be a part of our worship team, and typically what happens is our worship director will bring students in, interview them, we'll have them play with the band, and then determine whether or not he wants to extend an invitation to them. What we have been excited about in regards to our participation with the Visible School students is not only are they great musicians, but they are great followers of Christ.
Well, the church placement program places students in those churches to serve on worship teams and sound people and even leadership teams and leading worship, playing music, that kind of thing. At some point, we found that Visible Music College was sending students to very small churches, just starting up in movie houses, starting up in homes, starting up in small, strip malls, things like that. And we got excited that we're actually a part of these new communities launching. We decided this year to be very engaged with church planting, both locally to our campuses and internationally.
Hey, my name is Matt. This is my wife, Natalie. We're graduates of Visible Music College, class of 2010.
I'm still connected to Visible because everything that I see coming out of the school inspires me. Just looking back on my time there, I think, wow, that was then, and they've built since then. And the fruit that I see coming out, and the musicians that I see coming out, the leaders that I see coming out inspires me. Just when I go back and see concerts or senior recitals or whatever it may be, just completely amazes me. And the way that Visible is reaching out into other cultures, into other cities, is amazing. It just is unlike anything else I've ever been a part of, and I would never want to lose that connection.
Church placement is so critical to the academic experience because when you're going through your day-to-day studies and your day-to-day classes, that's really good. That's information that you're obtaining. That's information that you're retaining. But when you're able to walk that out and actually be able to lead worship at a ministry or be able to play guitar somewhere or be a vocalist on a team, you're able to take those things that you're learning and apply them. You're able to take those things that that information that you're retaining and you're able to actually walk it out. It's the difference between being teachable and being transformable. You can be taught information and retain information, but you're not actually transformable until that information is walked out and until you take that information and apply it to good use. And we were able to do that just by leading worship places, getting connected to pastors in the city. We were able to lead worship and play guitar here, play bass there, sing at this church, sing with this youth group, and we were able to walk out what we were learning, and it gave us it gave us experience. It gave us everything we needed when we walked out as graduates.
Yes, we've had a couple students who started off as interns and then became staff members. One of those was about 5 years ago. He came in as a part-time sound engineer, and again, just such a incredible man of God and a great sound engineer that we then promoted him to a full-time staff position and have continued to increase his responsibilities because he's brought such a great gift to this church. Again, not just in his ability to lead as a sound engineer, but just who he is in Christ.
The connection to the church community stems from my experience of being connected as an artist on the road, playing music. You're a creative person. You need the church body, all kinds of different people, different ages. You need the church body to be a part of real life.
Yeah, Visible prepared me through the resources that they provide to you while you're there. Obviously, you're studying, you're in an academic atmosphere, so you're taking classes, you're studying, you're playing, you're rehearsing, but there's also tools that they provide for you. You're getting connected in the city, you're leading worship, at youth groups. You're getting connected to pastors in the area. You're getting connected to youth ministers, worship leaders, and you have lots of opportunities to be able to not just go to these churches, but be able to be involved and be able to be a part of their music program.
I think ultimately because they gave us tools to put in our tool belt, we were able to step into a place of leadership here because we were ready for it. Maybe they didn't send us the name and number of this church to join and to step into leadership of, but because we were actually prepared to do what we needed to do when we got here, I mean, we had everything we needed. We were ready, and all we had to do was just step right into it, and it was a really easy transition because we were trained in leadership, we were trained in music theory, we were, trained in communication with bandmates. So I think even better than just sending an email and saying, hey, this church needs you, they actually prepared us completely for what we needed.